up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani, and this is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin. Let's go.
Yep. What's up, Reggie?
Not much, man. Just, new work schedule, new way of life. I haven't been driving into San Francisco anymore.
Really?
Yeah, man. I've been taking the ferry, utilizing my access. So I basically bought a trunk bike rack so I can put my bike on my car. I've been driving to Jack London Square, hop off of there, walk over to the ferry, ride the ferry for free, which is a great ride over to San Francisco. Hop on my bike, ride down to work, hop on my bike, ride back down to the ferry, ride back across the bay. I don't have to pay for travel to and from across the bay. I don't have to pay for parking. I save. Yo, man, I was paying $150 a month just in bridge toll. That's just to get to work. $150 a month. Not to mention gas, time, stress, anxiety, sitting in traffic, trying to wonder if I'm gonna get there in time, leaving early, whatever. All that shit is out the window, bro. This has been great. I've been on the ferries like, man, I should have been done this.
Really?
Yeah.
How long is that ferry ride?
25 minutes, man. 25
That just seems like a lot, though. You drive, you bike, you ferry, you bike, you get there. How long is that whole process?
I mean, look, it takes me 15 minutes to get to the ferry. I ride for 25 minutes, right? So what's that? That's 40 minutes. And then riding down the Embarcadero takes me 10 minutes, 50 minutes.
I got this new joke. I'm kind of annoyed with people like you, where I don't like when people bring their bikes on the train. I'm like, taking up space. I'm like, yo, you chose train this morning when you woke up. That's your form of transportation.
That's funny.
You don't just get to bring it. I'm like, that's why you don't see rental car companies in the back of a plane. Doesn't make sense.
That's fun. Hey, look, when I get to the city and I hop on that bike, bro, man, it's great. I love it. I'm passing all the cars sitting in traffic.
I can look back. You wear your helmet, right?
Yeah, I wear a helmet. I wear a helmet. I got gloves. I got sleeves.
That big dome of a planet head you have. So, but you still should protect it. Do they have helmets big enough?
They don't. I actually had to take two and slice them together.
I figured that. Dog.
Dude, it's great, man. Just be honest, it's great. It's great exercise. And
that's cool.
I look back at that bridge. I look back at that Bay Bridge and I see that bumper to bumper traffic where I live 13 miles away. I live 13 miles away from San Francisco, and it would take me it could take anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes to get to and from.
You didn't want to take the BART?
Nah, because you take the BART, and then the BART is worse. The BART is worse than the subway in New York right now. No one wants to take the BART. They're losing so much money. Because it's just
dangerous.
It's just a shit show, man. It's like just like the rest of the world is right now, with everybody smashing car windows and stealing cars and breaking into people's homes. It's like the BART has turned into like a rest haven for addicts. The people shooting up in the elevators. Kids are robbing people on the train. Like, it's nuts, man. It's like the wild, wild west out this motherfucker.
Really?
Yo, it's
That's
bad, man.
I
saw a thing the other day that said that Oakland has the highest rate of car thefts in the nation.
Wow. Congratulations, Oakland. That sucks, dude. Fucking
sucks. It sucks.
Well,
it sucks big time.
Yeah, dude. You can't. I mean, I just had my anniversary of when my car got destroyed here in my neighborhood when it was parked overnight. Someone hit and run and destroyed it. And it smushed up like an accordion. And it was just crazy. I come out today because you got to move the car sometimes for street cleaning. So I come out and I'm like, what the fuck? What's that one with a hood also? Oh, that's my car.
Oh, damn. Dude, that's the worst.
Man, I should have saved that video. The video was gnarly, man.
Wait, the video?
Gnarly. Yeah, I had a
Oh,
video of me like walking by it. No, not of the actual
oh,
event. So
okay.
nothing
Okay.
happened. So I come out and there's a little note on the thing, and the cops are like, yeah, this was a hit and run. And then you got to move it within a week. That's the thing too.
Jeez.
You got to do it yourself.
You get no help, right? No help, right?
And then I had to pay.
Gee, that
So
sucks,
somebody
man.
paid me. They paid me $150 for it. Some junkyard, and they took
Okay.
it.
And then they just scrapped
So
it for parts.
right, right.
Wow.
But it was all right. So let's see. What's 4 years ago? 19. Is that
2019.
when
Yep.
it happened?
Yep.
Let me see. I don't. Maybe not, dude. Maybe it was earlier than that.
Dude, that sucks, man. I'm sure everyone out there can relate on some level because everyone's walked out to their car and seen a window bashed in or seen a scrape or a scratch or a ding that wasn't there the night before, and no one has said anything about it, right? Like no one's left a note.
Right.
The worst for me was not the worst. One of the worst was I came outside. I used to do a joke about it. I was like, you ever had your car stolen? You come outside and you're like, hold up. I know I parked my car right here. You're like, oh no. I parked it up the street around the corner, right? And then you walk up there and you go, nah, man, my shit was right here. And the thing is that your car's been gone so long that someone else parks their car in that spot, right? So I'm looking at the car and I'm like, yo, I had a white car. There's a black car here. I'm like, did somebody paint my shit? Hold on, did somebody do it? Somebody pranking me? They come out and paint my shit and put rims. I'm like, I don't think I had rims. Did I have rims? I don't think I had rims. I'm just like, nah, man, this ain't your shit. Your shit is gone. So my joint got stolen on a Thursday. I had just filled the tank up. It was on 4th of July weekend. These kids, what happened was I forgot to lock the car. I got distracted. I was talking to somebody. I didn't lock the car because I was expecting to see a broken window when I got it. I had a 97 Honda Accord, and they had the kind of key that if you had a Honda key to any car, you could use it in all the cars, right?
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah. That's why they were stolen so much, the Civics and the
What a
Accords, right? Especially the
stupid
Civics.
model.
Well, because of the way the keys were made, you could just kind of wiggle it in there and then boom.
That's
So these kids,
terrible.
I just filled my tank up, dude. Left the car open. Some kids walking around trying to checking cars. Hopped in my joint, drove off on a full tank on Thursday. I got my car back on Monday on E, and they didn't do anything. I put like this. They were so small that like when I got into the car, the seat was so close, I couldn't get in the car. I was like, who are these kids? Right. And I had some boots in my trunk, some Timberland boots that were black, nice Timberland boots. They were size 14. I was like, yo, and they took the boots. I was like, yo,
You
you know
sell
damn
that
well you
shit.
can. Yeah, well, I know they didn't wear them because I was like,
Nah,
as close as the steering wheel was to the seat. I was like, there's no way they can wear 14s.
They
So
sell
yeah.
it to one of those like giants who are like north of the wall, hung out with Jon Snow. I found the video. It was 2017, so that's
Oh
like
wow.
6-7 years ago.
Right.
That's why I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, man, look what these motherfuckers did to my car.
Whoa.
Yeah, look at the tire just gone. And then
Dang.
it shoved it into a tree in the front. So that got all messed up too. And then someone's blowing the horn at me. It's like, motherfucker.
Wow. Yo, Sal, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man, that's what happened in my car, dog.
Yo, man, I gotta tell you, your camera work was lacking right there. I was waiting
What
for
you
the
talking
wide,
about?
I was waiting for the wide angle so I could see the whole thing.
You
You were up,
saw enough.
you were up close
I
like
was
this. You're like, look,
maybe
see right there.
let me see. Hold on. Did I might have cut the video too quick. And maybe I'm like, yeah, man, that's what I walked out to.
Damn, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. That's a horrible experience. I mean, that looks like the only thing missing from that disaster is somebody tagging on the side, you're a liar, cheater.
Yeah,
Right. It looks
right.
personal. It looks personal. It looks like somebody's like came out and deliberately vandalized your shit.
Yeah, I don't really have a good why. You know, you saw it. It was all ruined. It was
Yeah.
ruined. Okay.
Yeah. Well, hold up though.
Ruined.
Let me just share this with the people. I hate to say this, but Sal traditionally doesn't have great luck with cars because even when he lived in, because when you lived in San Francisco, you had a car. Sal had a car in San Francisco. He goes out to his car. I think he just got into the
now,
car.
here's the thing.
And the door was
I had
open.
a couple cars that got hurt, but I wasn't driving either of them.
You know,
the first one, that was Monad. And I even gave him the keys. It's like, oh, I've been drinking. You drive. And this motherfucker pulls out of the car. And someone flew over the hill over there on Broadway and smashed the shit out of it.
okay,
Fucked up my fender and door. Then I had to, I had to get a door from the junkyard. We put it on. That one worked. It opened and closed. But then something happened. Like
remember the second time. Remember
hit it again.
Remember the city bus. It was the city bus. Remember you were sitting there. I think you had your car door open, and the city bus came through. And
no. What happened? Okay, you're right. No, that was a big moment in my life. The second time I parked my car, I was on the phone, which I think kind of helped save my life because I was like taking my time getting out. And I opened the car door, and the next thing you know, I have my feet on the street, y'all, about to get out. And there's a headlight next to my head. And his truck is flying, smashes my door, hits it like an accordion. It's a miracle I don't get hit. He swerves down the street, almost hits some woman crossing the crosswalk at the end of the street, veers off, big pickup truck. I didn't have a mark on me. And then the next day I grabbed a piece of the truck and a piece of my car. Still have it hanging up in my apartment here with the Neil Armstrong quote. It says, I believe every person has a finite number of heartbeats. I don't intend on wasting any of mine. And a month later, I quit my day job and just struggled in comedy forever. But that was because I was like, I almost died as a copier salesman. I'm like, fuck that. And I just quit. And man.
You know what's funny is to hear you attribute being a copier salesman to that incident. Like you connected those two things, right?
Yeah, I wanted out and I wasn't happy. I was miserable. And that was like the sign.
So you were looking for an excuse, basically, is what you're saying. You're looking
when you come that close, you'd be like, oh fuck, that could have been it.
Hey dude,
I'm out, son.
You know how many near-death experiences I've had in my life? My whole childhood was just me surviving like near-death experiences, right? But this is what I was gonna say. First off, you gotta turn your mic down, bro, because you're way too hot right now. You're like blowing my eardrums out.
lower your audio.
Okay, because I'm like, yo, people can't see it because I got these headphones on, but my ears are bleeding under here. Right?
It's because they got them headphones around that big head.
There we go. Yeah. This is what I was gonna say, man. It's funny because I've experienced this a couple times, and I didn't think about this until now as an adult, right? Sometimes when we have bad experiences, we will attribute it to something that's not related to that, right? Like I've known guys, and even myself at one point, who have had bad experiences with coaches, right? They played for a coach that wasn't, maybe wasn't fair.
Like
maybe
you.
He wasn't a fair coach, or maybe he just wasn't a good person, whatever the case may be, right? But instead of attributing that bad experience to that coach, they attribute it to the thing that they were doing with the coach. Meaning, I know players who are like, yeah, man, forget basketball, man. Coach ain't fair. He ain't let nobody play. I ain't getting a fair chance. I'm not getting the equal opportunities that other kids are getting. So, man, forget it. I ain't playing basketball, right? And so now the thing that you love to do, the thing that brings you joy, the thing that you've that you would do for free all the time, now you're saying you're not going to do that because you had a bad experience with the coach. So the issue is not the coach. I mean, it's not the sport, right? It's not the thing that you're doing. It's the person. So in that situation, so basically for me, I stopped playing basketball for a year because of Ernie Kent, right? Didn't want to touch a basketball. My entire life, not my entire life, but when I started playing basketball, I loved it. Loved the ball in my hands, loved to play the game, loved to watch the game, loved to be around the game. Have one bad experience, I'm like, yo, man, forget basketball. And it should have never been forget basketball. It should have been yo, man, forget Ernie Kent. I'm gonna go find somebody else that makes the game fun again, which is what I eventually came back around to. And I was fortunate that way. But I know people now who are like, man, forget that dude. He made basketball suck. So forget basketball. And it's never about basketball. It's always about the dude. So in this situation with you, it wasn't about you being a copy salesman. It was about the fucking driver who's drunk, right? He was the problem. He was the one out of control. But hey, look, the point is this, though. I'll say this. You were unhappy with your job, right? And you needed something to give you the kick to do what you felt like you needed to do anyway, but you just didn't have that thing.
It was almost like opposite of your Ernie Kent, though, because it wasn't that the job was holding me, well, maybe I could say it was holding me back, but it's not. I wanted to do more. And in order to do more, I had to let go of that. And no matter what you're doing, when you have what you could consider a near-death experience, that will make you fucking look at things in a different perspective. If you're like, I could be gone tomorrow, I'm not afraid to take a risk more, and make that leap. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I mean, yeah. It was yeah. So yeah, then that happened, and then that door I couldn't get out the driver's side, so I had to crawl out the passenger side. And then
you got a great joke out of that too.
And yeah, forever. And then I got hit one more time. I was at a light in the Mission, and this woman in this big pickup truck again tried to run the light and then stopped and then backed up and started backing up, and I'm like blowing the horn. It's too late. Smashes my fucking car, hood up. Doesn't have insurance, won't pay for it, got away with it. She's like, oh, I'll have my relative do it. Like I sent her an estimate, and then she just stopped talking, stopped answering the phone. It was just like, it's such bullshit. So then my car was like this, and I was like fucking Ace Ventura and had to look out the window when I drove. And then I put it up on Craigslist for $150. No, or $200. And some guy came and he bought it for $150. And I remember just watching it drive away. Like, I just sold a working car for $150. And going like,
and I wanted 200. And this dude,
and I want to do it. And then I was like, I didn't care. I was going home for Christmas. And then I come back, got all these like tickets. Like, we're running the Bay Bridge, then the car's impounded. So the guy took it, joyrode it for like a weekend. And then ran the Bay Bridge. And luckily, I showed proof it wasn't mine at that point anymore.
Oh, good. I was about to say, man, you didn't change over the registration?
No, I handled that. But yeah, dude, crazy, right?
Right. So when I said that Sal has had some crazy experiences with cars, I think you just proved that with every story you just told. So now you currently don't have a car, right?
Nah, dude.
You don't have a car. And it's probably for the best, right? Like, I hate to...
we only have one parking spot, so we got one car, but it's like, it's not worth it, man. It's such a pain in the ass on the street. It's still street cleaning all the time. It's like, whatever. They were trying to pass a thing where you get the little pass, but you need like 70% of the neighborhood to sign it. A lot of people don't want to do that and pay an annual thing. You got a lot of older folks who've been here forever. They're like, I never had to do that before. You know what I mean?
And they probably got their spot, right? They got their spot.
Yeah, they got their situation handled.
Yeah, they're like, I'm okay. What about the next man?
Yeah,
he ain't me.
They don't have multiple cars or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was in Vegas this past weekend, Reg.
Woo! You're a true comic, man. That's the rite of passage.
Yeah, I don't know, is it?
Yeah, it's the rite of passage. the triple run.
The Vegas run.
And the Vegas run.
I was telling Reggie, it's a little more Midwest, a little more conservative than you expect, man. Yeah, it's any Trumpy stuff, they get really uptight. And yeah, it was very interesting. So I mean, for the most part, it was cool too. And it was funny, the last night, Sunday night, was the best crowd. Like, all the kind of people came out, and it was a good crowd. So yeah, man, good times. Okay. Meadows is the man. He's a made man, dude.
How many shows? How many
Five
shows?
shows. Oh, okay. Who came out? Esther Steinberg and her husband came out the late show Saturday. So it was cool seeing Esther. Yeah.
Dude, that's a blast from the past. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
What do you mean? We just had her on the podcast. You don't even know who I'm talking about. Esther, dude. She was on our podcast. The
Oh
woman.
yeah. I'm
God
tripping.
damn, Reg.
No, my bad. Shout out to Esther. I was thinking of you said Steinberg. I was thinking of remember Marty Esther? Remember
Oh
Marty Esther?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, man,
But
Esther from the other day. So they just moved to Vegas. So her and her husband came out to the late show, and then it was kind of cool. You know, I'm like, you want to go up and meet Tim, man? Come on up. So that was kind of cool. And yeah, I will say one thing which was kind of cool because like you want to eat and when there's two shows, you're really hungry afterwards, and like a lot of shit closes, man, even in Vegas. Like, so
oh,
you
even the
know,
little diners.
well, good food, you know what I'm talking
Right.
about. I'm rolling with an A-lister now.
I know you're like, if it ain't steak, it ain't.
Yeah, no, he's not just gonna go anywhere. So we went to yeah, but the one place that they stopped serving at midnight, and it was like 5
Oh,
till. And
okay.
they're like, well, you could sit in the lounge or order food right away. So we're sitting in this lounge on these like fucking, things you put your feet up on, almost like sitting there, no back support. And
Right.
then a
Oh, that
waitress
sucks.
recognized them, and I
Okay.
was like, oh, I was just watching Mean Girls last night. Like, oh, you guys want a booth? Like, oh, yeah, we can do that. And then you're like closing down the restaurant. It's fucking dope, dude. It's like, it's like that Goodfellas shit. And then the next day too, I think we were at the bar. Then we got a table and we're shutting it down. There was one point there was like waiters all around. I'm like, look at this treatment. Good Lord.
Hey man, it's nice. It's nice. I experienced that not at a diner, but I experienced that with Dave Chappelle.
Oh, word? Where were you guys at?
Well, we had done some shows. We did a couple shows up in Santa Rosa at the Wells Fargo Center for the Arts. And then afterwards, Dave was like, let's go out in San Francisco. Right. So he's got his whole bus and everything. And I was driving at the time. So they picked out a location. We went to this club. By the time we got there, San Francisco clubs started shutting down at 1:30. Lights come on because you got to stop serving booze at 2. Hey, man, Dave walked in. The lights stayed off and the music kept going. And this is the best part, right? Like when we got there, we got there in time where it was like we were still part of the club for a while. But when it was time to shut down, they literally, no joke, they literally moved everybody. Everybody had to go out, right? They were like, all right, that's it, folks, right? Everyone's leaving. And then it was like, well, who do you want to stay? Straight up. So all Dave's people, and that particular night, Boots Riley from the Coup was a part of that group. Dave, obviously, then his team, Seema and some other people, his DJ, and then whatever people they brought and friends, and then they selected people outside of that. So I was a part of that group, obviously. So it was like us, and then whoever else his team was talking to.
What do you do? You just sit there and dance with Dave all night?
Oh, dude,
do?
I just danced. It was like, it's 2:30, right? Like it's going on 3 a.m. The club's still going. It's turned into New York now, right? The club is still going. Still, the bartenders are still there serving. Hey, dude, all the regular people had to go. The people who was a part of the team, we got to stay. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, they kept, like, this is San Francisco law, right? Like this ain't the owners deciding to do it.
Right.
It's like, this is the city's law that's like, nah, we'll keep it going for you, Dave. And they kept it going. They did. That happened on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah.
Where we went out and they did that for him.
That's a cool feeling, man. You're like, okay,
hey, man, what do they say? Membership has its privileges.
Right? It was cool. I don't think I mean, it's got to get annoying. People come up to you a lot, but there was one moment we were walking through the casino though, and some guy came up to Tim's like, he's just while he's walking, yeah, no problem. Click, bump. I was like, damn, smooth. Smooth, man.
That part of the game bugs me.
Right? Yeah, well, yeah, and some people are cool the way to do it, and others are not, and that's the thing.
But see, that's the thing too, though. Is like, yo, my image, me, my body, this is mine. I'm not saying, no, I am saying you can't have a picture. You can't, unless you ask me, you can't just come up and click a picture.
Well, no, yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
But no, yeah, no. It wasn't like,
this ain't a museum. I ain't a statue. Like, You gotta ask, man.
No, yeah, you gotta ask. But sometimes people ask, they don't even know much about it. They just ask because they know it's someone famous or something. And that's kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's
What are you
weird.
doing?
That's
Just don't be
weird.
stupid. Don't be
Yeah,
stupid.
that's weird. Hold up though. And then some people don't know how to act, right? Some
Yeah,
people
yeah. Or
they
when to stop. Like,
when
all right,
this
dude,
that's
the food's here. Get
yes.
the fuck out.
That's it. Like some people don't know when to stop. Like, it's like they show up and they go, "Hey, you're the guy from the things." Like, yeah, hey, can I get a picture with you? Like, oh yeah, sure, we could do that, man. You take a picture, and then they want to hang out and be like, "So, where you going? What are you doing now? Where you guys at?" It's like, yo, bro.
Yeah, that's I never want to. Yeah, someone always wants to hang out, and you're like,
Yeah.
ugh.
It's like, nah, man. I'm sorry, you can't hang out, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know you, right? Like, no. And then who knows what you're trying to do based on having access to my celebrity. So now your status goes up. You do some dumb shit, they're not gonna say that this guy did a thing. They're gonna be like, Reggie Steele was involved in an incident.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I just happen to be in the spot, bro. This is a dude. I don't even know this motherfucker, man.
I don't even know this motherfucker.
Don't even know this motherfucker, man. So
don't
now,
include me, dude.
Exactly. That's
You're
what
out,
happened.
bro. You had your shot.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the road, Jack. Right. So, well, that's cool, man. You got to work Vegas. It's your first time working Vegas?
First time working Vegas. It was cool we had to stay an extra day because of the storm.
Oh, okay.
And I won some money on the slots, baby.
How much you win? $50?
$639.
Shut up. Oh, you did post that.
Dude. Yeah, it was
how much did you spend? $630?
Nothing. It was like it was funny, dude. It was, for $20 maybe, but like there was I wasn't even playing. It was like we're just watching it, like my girl's playing, the ladies playing, and then like my Destiny wasn't hitting. It's like, all right, here. And I tried it on a machine. And dude, right off the bat, I got 10 free spins. And these 10 free spins just started giving me money.
Wow.
And it was like $50 here, $100 here. So by the end of the 10 free spins, I had like $639. And I was like, cash out. I didn't even spin again, dog.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Out the game. Out the game immediately. That's proof that you are not a gambling addict, right?
No, there was too many. Like I remember when I first walked in, I like put a 5 in here or something, and you're like, "Damn, that's the fastest $5 I ever lost." That's a bad feeling. And the tables there, they're at least like 25. Like Vegas has gotten pretty pricey on the strip too, man. Like, dude, first place we went to eat, I was hungry, got off the plane. I just want a club sandwich, something easy before the shows, right?
Right.
Go to this place. I'll say the name. I don't give a fuck. Off the strip. All right. It's right there. We go in there and my buddy's texting me, right? I'm like, oh, some places are good, some are not. I'm like, I'll get the Turkey Club. It's $20. So then I mentioned where we're at. He's like,
Turkey Club, $20?
Dude, that's the minimum of every fucking place in Vegas on the strip. All right.
That shit better be the whole turkey, goddamn. That sandwich needs to be
then
about this big.
Yeah. My buddy Stefani's texted me and he goes, hey man, he's like, some of them are bad though. He's like, off the strips, that's not places are good. I'm like, that's where I'm at now.
Oh.
I'm like, I ordered a Turkey Club. I'm like, well, how hard is it to fuck up a Turkey Club? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I get this Turkey Club. One of the worst goddamn turkey clubs I ever had. Shit was terrible, dude. Like the turkey looked like butt and it was all dry and just terrible. And I was like, the bacon sucked. And like it just sucked. The only good thing was the brioche bun it was on. And the fries.
Oh, turkey and bacon Turkey Club. Yo, that's crazy, man.
It was horrible, Red.
How do places like that stay in business?
Yeah, man. And I had to pay $20 for that. And then there was something the next day I'd buy or pay $20, but it was good at least. You know what I mean?
So this is my opinion about places like that. They only stay in business because they're getting new customers all the time, right? Like they're not getting any repeat customers. So the only way, because it's like you just showed up, you don't know that they're horrible. You drop $20 and keep it moving. And Vegas is a revolving door of new people. So it's all new money. They got no
they don't care.
Customers.
They don't care that their food is shit.
They don't care.
But see, then there was like a diner we went to right across on the alley from it, right there. And it was great, for what you want. If you just want eggs and pancakes and hash browns, that's a spot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, call me crazy, but if you go into the diner that's across the alley.
Well, the street. It's not an alley, but
okay.
it's
I was
where
gonna say
only people walk through. It's where the club is. It's where that big sugar store
right.
is. And
Okay. Because I'm
it's
like,
funny.
when I
There's
think
an
of
In and Out there. Like I'm like, why would I ain't gonna go? I guess that's for Midwesterners who don't get to
yeah,
have it.
they don't get to have it.
But
I was just waiting
whatever,
for you to
man.
say, I went to the place next to the blue dumpster, but I heard the one next to the black dumpster is better.
No,
So,
because there's this place. I think I don't know if it's in Harrah's or the Flamingo or the Link. I don't. I think it's in the Link, but it's called the Hash House, and it's pretty good for breakfast. But you got
okay.
it. It's a lot. Like the pancakes are like huge. I got this rosemary chicken over the potatoes and some egg. It was really good, but it's like
Okay.
it's a little bit much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
So
the
did you
next
get it
day,
to go? You take it with you? Or you just powered
no,
through?
I ate what I could.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't take it with me. It wasn't. I don't want to take chicken and asparagus with me and whatever the fuck. So then,
It wasn't
so
good enough
then,
for leftovers. It was
yeah.
okay,
Anyway,
but
yeah,
yeah.
I ate what I needed to eat, and that was done.
Okay.
But then the next day, breakfast. I just want something simple. Sometimes but I like variety. I want the meat, the pancake, the egg, the toast, the potato. So then the next day, the diner, we got that no
Wait.
wait. Like the Hash House, we had to wait like 45 minutes, an hour, so we
Dude,
walk around or whatever. But yeah,
you
what?
just said three starches. You just said
Yo,
three
dog, it's breakfast. What?
pancake
Pancakes,
pancakes, toast, and
potatoes.
potatoes. That's three star. You don't need that many starches, bro. That's all
Well,
filler.
look, you need the toast to dip in the over easy egg. You need the hash browns because I mean it's hash browns, baby, with a little ketchup, and you need a pancake with a little sweetness. Now I don't need a stack of pancakes, but give me a good pancake.
Dude, that's a lot of
Yeah,
starch,
and you
bro.
know what's the best too? Dip in that sausage link in the syrup with the pancake. Come on, Reg.
Yeah, no, don't get it twisted. But me, I'm just give me my egg, my sausage link, and my pancakes. I'm good. I don't need the toast and the hash browns. That's too
Well, how do you
much.
do your egg?
I do my egg scrambled.
Well, there you go. You don't need the toast.
Who needs the toast
Little hash
anyway?
browns are great though, man. You know, like hash
Yeah, but
browns.
that's too much. That's too much starch.
Starch.
That's what makes you all big and
do an
bloated.
extra bike ride. Come on, I still don't have a head as big as that. We could do it. You look
Yo,
like you ate. You
hey,
look like
that's
you
your
ate Fred Durst, and
that's
now
your that's funny. That's your third big head
I
joke.
know, bro. Well, we
Right?
started early.
All
It
right.
started early.
Yeah,
My
so
bad, bro.
you
My
got
bad.
you got one more, and then I'm gonna go in on your ass.
That's what's great about Zoom. I'm at a safe distance.
Yeah, really. And when it's my turn to go, you're like, all right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Click. It's like I'm like this.
Yeah, you start going up. Gotta go.
Yep, gotta
Hair
go.
time, man.
So,
That's funny, dude.
all right, man. Well, that's good. What's next on the agenda, comedy wise? You got Vegas. You did St. Louis. Well, hold on. Let's do a quick.
No,
recap.
I didn't do St. Louis. I did
you're
Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, Springfield. So you're in Missouri.
And I didn't even mention last week we met in Springfield. We met what's his name? Hannibal Buress was across town, so we went and hung out.
Oh, that's right.
Met him for a minute. It was cool.
Okay. So you've had Missouri, Vegas, Kentucky, Minnesota. No, not Minnesota.
No, Wisconsin and Nebraska.
Wisconsin and Nebraska. Dude, dare I say, I mean, look, 15 years ago, 15, 20 years ago.
It'd be the dream.
You'd be like, oh man, dude, we
I'll
would have
say
been
this
like
though,
Sal's
man.
on the road. He just came back from Kentucky and Nebraska and Wisconsin. Dude, he's killing it right now.
Man, them flights add up. That's all I say, dog.
They
I get those points. I got those 50,000 points. I'm down to like 15,000, 16,000 now.
Okay, well, you got how many? You got 2 flights out of it though, right?
Yeah, well, I got more. I'm going to Dallas next with him, and then we're doing Beverly Hills the following weekend, and then we're doing Kansas City.
Dude, look at you, dude.
Yeah, so September will be good. Yeah,
this is awesome.
And hopefully,
man.
I could hawk some stuff, do the club, have some good shows.
So this is the part of comedy that a lot of people don't get a chance to see, right? Like they see the headliner whose name is on the website and names on the marquees coming to town and he's doing a thing. And a lot of his expenses are paid for, right?
Right.
Like all he has to do is show up. But there are the guys that are fortunate to work with a headliner like yourself, where he's like, okay, yeah, come work with me. So now this gives you an opportunity to stay busy, right? Like,
I get good too.
And you
get better.
Yeah, you grow.
And Yeah, it's funny though, because there was that's what he shows us. There's this bit I was having about going to visit my mom, and the first few times I did it was just killing. And man, that shit ain't done much and lately at all. And I'm just like,
All
time to
right.
go. You're
What joke
done.
is it? Which
Tying
one
up
is
the
it?
stud. It's too, I don't know, it's too long, but I talk a whole thing about
Well, that's the
uh
problem. There's a joke that you don't want to do because it's too long, and you're
no,
saying it's not
well,
working. Yeah, that's why.
I like to do longer, like my mule ride was the longer joke.
Yeah, but does it have the laugh points along the way? Because
I
maybe the
thought it
mom.
did when I wrote this joke, but obviously
Okay.
they didn't come through enough.
All right.
There were
So,
some, but it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
well, what is it
Like,
about? What is it about?
well, here's the two funny points, at least, which I
Okay.
kind of like. But I say I like, I was hanging out with my mom and her 80-year-old boyfriend, and you learn a lot about old people. I spent a lot of time with them, 3 days. That's plenty, right?
Right.
That doesn't hit, which is a bummer. But
Yeah.
then, here's the two things. One, they don't throw anything out.
Okay.
Okay, like you open up the fridge, it's nothing but expired condiments. The mustard is separated. The barbecue sauce has the plastic ring around the lid.
Oh
You
yeah.
got
Yeah.
mayonnaise from the Reagan administration, right? I'm like, throw
Right.
this out. And then the thing is, I get it because old people grew up on the Great Depression. They're like, you never know when the next Dust Bowl is coming. Expired relish could save your life. So that was all right. And then the other one never did as good, but I like the point was and how come like old people don't know when someone calls, you don't have to answer the phone to say you can't talk right now.
That's because
And
they
then
got
I did a
phones.
whole act out with that, but it's not enough. There's more I could do, so we're going there.
All right. So out the top, off the gate. I mean, out the gate, I would say. I mean, just obviously for exaggeration, I would change it from 3 days to like 6 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours, right? Because the
Right.
last point is, you said I hung out with my mom and her 80-year-old boyfriend for 3 days, which is more than enough. 3 days is a long time as an adult to hang out with old people. You kind of go, yeah, I'm over this shit. But if you're like, I hung out with my mom and her 80-year-old boyfriend, which I don't know why anybody needs a boyfriend at 80, but whatever. And we hung out. I hung out with them for 6 hours and 15 minutes, which is more than enough. Right? And in that time period, I figured out, you know what? The Great Depression still lives because they don't throw out anything. Right. Like I think it's just wording it differently. It's like I went through my mom's refrigerator and I couldn't find anything to eat, but I did find condiments from the Reagan administration. Right. It was like they had the mustard that became two parts. It was like I tried to put some mustard on my hot dog and straight water came out. Right. I had to take the top off and scoop out the rest with a spoon, which at some point I probably should have just stopped there. Right. Or the relish, whatever. So I think,
See, I don't know. It's still not enough.
no, but I think it's funny. I think it's funny, but it has to be quicker. And I think you cut to the points. I think you get to the points quicker and you rearrange it in a certain way, right? Like I think it's funny that, you're visiting your mom and her 80-year-old boyfriend. If you're gonna throw out that he's 80, then that's instead of him being 80, why don't you make him like 87?
I
Right.
had another bit a line about where like I was like it was in January in Ohio, and I was like I felt like Walter White at the end of the series where he's up in that cabin.
Okay.
But that's too vague. People don't
Yeah,
catch that.
they don't catch that, and you have to have
Yeah,
watched Breaking Bad and been a
yeah.
fan, and you know what
I
I mean.
thought
It's like
everybody watched that. You know
I
what I mean?
know, yeah, yeah, but I like
It's
that joke
another
though.
interesting because I've been doing this Kid Rock joke and it's been doing great. And then that was the thing, he did great in Wisconsin when I first did it, which was
Right.
like a conservative county that Trump won. Oh, we should talk about the mugshot to close out.
Oh yeah.
And then so it was doing great, but in Vegas, some people were like, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. I was like, I didn't know this was a Kid Rock marathon fucking hangout. All right, let's look at the mugshot heard around the world. Somebody said that. I don't know what, some
His
comic.
his whole team had to do mugshots.
Yeah, dude, fucking morons. That's what I don't get, man. I was like 91 indictments on this dude, or felony charges on this guy. 91.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable, dude. All right,
I just
let's
hope
look
that
at
one of
this.
them. I just hope one of them sticks so he can get a felony charge, and then he can't run for president anymore. Like it's just Then they
Yeah,
got to
that's another
find
thing. The whole thing's gonna take a while, and how long is it gonna take? And
some bullshit is what it
whatever.
is.
So here it is.
I can't believe we're still talking about this guy. It's
Right?
ridiculous. He's like a cockroach, man. He just motherfucker won't disappear. You smash him, he turns into two.
Well, that's the thing. Too
like,
many people are just like blindly following whatever he says.
oh, hold
It's
up though.
like, how are you guys gonna believe like every lie he says? It's like, you weren't questioning the election. You tried to overturn it. You lied about little workers in Georgia trying to say, oh, they're handed secrets. You lied. They should all
You
be in
lied.
fucking jail. It's
Dude.
against what America stands for. You fucking terrible.
Okay,
All y'all.
so this is it. This dude he's a con artist. And you know how
Yeah,
some
he's
people
pure trash.
right? You know how some people are just more susceptible to schemes than others, right?
Yeah, they call it dummies.
For me, it feels like a mental illness, right?
Yeah.
To be able to look at somebody, listen to somebody, especially the way that he carries himself, and not have any rational reason for following him. Just like, no, he's right. He's just good. Like, it's a mental illness. Like, he is a con artist, and he has found the people. He's a snake oil salesman. He's the guy that comes through town with his little, little buggy, a little donkey and buggy, and he's selling snake oil. And some people walk up, they listen to it, and they go, this is bullshit, and they walk away. And then there are other people who give this dude their entire life savings, and they get all the snake oil, and they still get sick and die.
And even if it starts teetering, they have to believe in the snake oil because that's what they put all their chips on.
Exactly. I saw a video of a dude in Atlanta. It's these black people. It's called, Black People for Trump. And I'm like, you got to be out your motherfucking mind. One dude had a shirt on. I'm not shitting you. This dude had a shirt on that said niggas, NIGGAS, the number 4, Trump. That was on his shirt. He wore a shirt proudly saying niggas for Trump. And I'm like, this dude, you call yourself exactly what they think you are, right? Like, hey, he said it himself. That's what he called himself that. Niggas for Trump. Wore that shit proudly. White shirt with black lettering on it, in the street talking about he the one, he the man. I'm like, I wanted to call him everything under the sun, but I'm like, yo, this is some master slave shit. This is the slave that, like, this is Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django Unchained, right? This is the motherfucker who's so devoted to his master that he has forgotten his identity.
What's he doing on that man?
Exactly. This dude's so committed to the cause that he is now connected to his master. They are now one and the same. He don't even think of himself as being different or seeing something different. Right?
Yeah,
like, this
terrible,
dude,
man.
That's terrible. And I'm like,
I told Reggie I saw a guy in Vegas with a Trump hat and his shirt said "Make America Straight Again." I'm like, fuck this homophobe. Like, you shouldn't, that's just, you're gonna walk around with hate speech on your chest thinking you're all proud of it because you're a dumb caveman who has no friends outside your own little man cave of morons.
Yeah, that's terrible. And that dude probably is as gay as the day is long, right?
Yeah, he's just so afraid of his tiny little dick energy. Anyway, yeah. So here I used the flyer for I already got my flyer for trivia this week set up. If you want to go, there it is.
That's funny. You got the cat on his head. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go to that. That's scary. Look at that face.
Dude, he's such a baby. Dude, such a little dick, no friggin', I don't know what it is, self-esteem baby.
Yeah, he's arguably, like, I think when he's done, meaning like once he's passed and transitioned on, I think we can arguably put him in the list of probably some of the worst people in the history of the world, just based on his impact on society at large and what he's been able to stir up from the bottom, right? Like, this dude has just brought up the worst in people, right?
And then you have all those garbage Republicans trying to get the nom at their debate, and they're like, who would support Trump, with all these crimes? They're all raising their hand, and the DeSantis got to look around first and then raise his. Like, a bunch of tools, no backbone, phony tools, dude. Bunch of posers.
Followers. Yeah, posers and followers.
Sheep.
And these are the
Fucking
people
morons.
these are the people who are elected to be the voice of the people, and they have no integrity, bro.
Oh,
None.
yeah, that's a good word for it. Bunch of garbage. So anyway, I don't even have time to I don't even have time to entertain it. If you're already at that level that you're gonna support someone who's got 91 felony counts on them,
Or just what he's done
you're
with the
not being
world.
logical.
Ugh.
Yeah, you're not logical. You're
Hold
not
up.
like you said, you got a mental illness and it's beyond me to help you.
Yeah.
They just
Hold
got to
up.
put the straitjacket on and lock you up.
So this dude with the shirt, but whatever for Trump, this dude said, I think
Overweight, middle-aged white dude, classic Trump supporter.
yeah, big time. This dude who had the shirt on said that he thinks Donald Trump should be king. He said that shit. He
They
goes,
don't even understand the process.
exactly. He goes, he should be king. And the other guy goes, well, if he's a king, then he has to make all the rules and he can change whatever. And he goes, nah. I mean, we still will have our freedom to do stuff, but he should be king. And I was like, see, this is what mental illness looks like.
Yeah,
right.
It's ignorance.
It's ignorance.
Even like
lack of education.
even they put up the headshot, the mugshot, his team, and they're all like, "Never surrender." I'm like, that's exactly what you did. You surrendered.
That's
That's
literally
why
what
there's a
you did.
mugshot. Like,
Yeah,
it's so stupid, and people just, I'll just believe whatever he says. Get the fuck out of here!
Hey,
ruining
dude,
our country. They're ruining America.
You know what? I don't even know if they're ruining America as much as I think they're exploiting what's wrong with our country. Right?
They're like the dingleberries on the bottom of our butt of America. It's a bunch of little turds.
Good Lord.
Really, go wipe. We need to wipe our ass good in America.
Well,
Wipe our ass of these nasty,
yeah, but
anti-Americans.
Hey man, look, it's like, do you go with the devil you know? Because I think that what we're saying is we're seeing what happens when you stop investing in the things that really matter in a society at large. Education, social programs. Because the reason why people are falling for this nonsense is because people are dumb as bricks.
Yeah, they're not educated, right?
They're not educated. Right. So it's like the moment
and it's almost a way of they feel like, oh, this is my way to fight back.
Yeah. I think Trump and his people are just taking advantage of what they've seen.
Yeah, the uneducated.
Like what's collapsing followers in society, right? Like, dude, I work with the general public, man. I'm seeing it all the time. I mean, I keep whistling the same tune, but there's a lack of consideration, there's a lack of understanding, there's a lack of knowledge, there's a lack of awareness. There's people don't have manners, and then education.
Yeah, it's getting worse. It feels.
Yeah, it's like education is, no one values it really. At least some people don't value it, and then you have the people who exploit those people who don't have an education, and those people don't even know that they're being exploited because they don't have an education. You know what I mean? So it's like you're just sitting here watching this vicious cycle of like,
it's like watching a toilet flush.
Yeah, it's like I'm watching young people who don't want to go to school, who don't want to learn, and then I'm watching people who did learn something, learn how to manipulate people, and I'm watching these people get manipulated, right? And it's just, what do you do, right? I'm an individual. I make sure my son loves school. For anybody out there who's listening, my son loves school. His summer ends on Tuesday, and this dude is amped about going back to school. He's excited to
What grade is he in?
He'll be starting 5th grade.
Oh, he read when it changes, though. I started hating.
Well, we'll see. He read his book for the summer. He did a great job. He's excited about that. He loves his friends. He got a small class size, so he gets a lot of individual attention. And they do a lot of stuff. They're outside. They go for hikes. They have 2 recesses. They have snack time and they have lunchtime. And they talk about different stuff. They do world history. They do ancient history. They've talked about mythology. They do the math, the science, the English. They do the writing. They still write in cursive. My son can write in cursive and he can read cursive. I know people right now who are like 23 years old who are like, I write something in cursive and they're like, I can't read that shit. I'm like, it's not hieroglyphics, motherfucker. It's English, right? But they don't understand it because they don't have the fine motor skills to write, and then they don't know how to spell because they've been texting like a few letters from words.
Right.
So it's like I'm watching.
It's so annoying.
It's so annoying. And then you try to talk to young people and you say, "Yo, what are you interested in?" I don't know.
You know what's annoying too if they use those like little acronyms on you, like LOL. Like, motherfucker, what?
No, my God.
Either laugh or don't say anything.
just I don't know, man. I
All
mean,
right,
maybe we
Reg,
sound like
wrap us up. We got a
maybe
guest next week, you said? You do sound like,
yes.
oh, people gave you shit when you were talking about cursive. They're like,
They
that's
did.
some yeah,
Hey,
they were
look,
like it's obsolete. This is old. They called you out of touch.
okay. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Gen
If I
Z
write something,
sensitive.
hey, dude, if I write something in cursive and you look at my handwriting versus your fucked up print where your letters don't even look like real your letters look like numbers, and we hand in both of our papers, and the teacher or the instructor or the person who's hiring looks at that shit, they're gonna be like, okay, well, at least this person writes in cursive, and maybe that's an antiquated way of writing, but look at it, it's still nice and neat. This person wrote in fucking symbols and signs. Is that a Christmas tree and a dollar sign? I don't even know what the fuck this says. So be mad at me if you want to. I really don't give a shit. I'm happy. Right? So shit works for
You know,
me.
it's kind of funny too. They posted the videos last week, the TSA pre-check and the steak. And dude, there's a lot of meat eaters in this country because steak popped off to almost 1,000 views in the day over on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, because historically, meat was a sign of symbol of status. I've said this before.
Right.
Historically, like, back in the 1800s, if you was fat, people was like, how the hell you do that? Because everybody was poor and sick and skinny, right?
Right.
So
right.
if you got to eat meat, then oh man, you're great. But now, science, you can't look. You talk about people don't believe in science. Fucking science has proven if you eat red meat all the damn time, you're gonna get heart disease and you're gonna fucking die early. So as long as you know, it's the same thing with smoking cigarettes. I'm not gonna smoke. I don't want to smoke. They put on the fucking box. There's a skull and crossbones that say if you smoke this shit, you will most likely get lung cancer and die. So as long as you know, if you want to be the dumbass who go out and eat meat every goddamn day and die of heart disease at fucking 48 or 53, have at it. We need more jobs for people anyway. So go off in the fucking woods and die for all I give a shit. At least we can get people off the streets and they can have a job because they'll take your job and then your kids can raise the fucking selves, right? Whatever. Point being, hey, look, as long as you know, my whole thing is to let you know. I give you the information. What you do with that, that's on you. If you want to drink like a fish, if you want to smoke like a chimney, if you want to eat fucking red meat every day, fucking have at it. While you're doing that shit, I'll be doing something else and I'll be living this long ass life. And then you can go ahead and do whatever it is that makes you happy and die at 51, right? And we'll take that job that you have right now and we'll give it to somebody else who wants to work. And maybe they'll have the same bad habits that you have and they'll fucking die early too.
Damn, Reginald.
I'm like, I'm just so sick of it, man. All right.
That made me think of, I forgot to say the last day I
just went way too hard right there. Just talking about people dying and shit. So,
when last day in Vegas, I went to Italy. You ever go to Italy? There's one, they're around. There's one in New York and Vegas, LA, but it's a bunch of little little like kiosk areas of Italian food.
Okay.
And so you just get a glass of wine. We got a pizza. I went and got a little pasta salad. Then later I got this dope ass prosciutto sandwich I paid the $8 extra. Remember, I just won the slot machine. So I went $8 extra. I got the actual buffalo mozzarella from the actual buffalo in Italy.
Buffalo.
Okay, so that has no lactose in it. So that's why I got that. Got the roasted tomatoes too. The bread, that was amazing, man. Nice. And then got a cannoli to close it out.
Look at you, cannoli. I like how you get all Italian when you talk about Italian.
Oh, food. Dude, I got really I really get into it. It's really good. It's like an instinct. It's like move, it's in there.
Comes out of
I gotta have it. I'm gonna make pesto today, man. I'm excited.
How come your Italian can come out of you, but my African can't come out of me? I never started talking about
it. Just did. You're talking about killing people left and right. You didn't talk about the accent.
It would have only been better if I brought out the machete and just did it with the machete. Like we chop your head, man. But that's Jamaican. So
that's why you did. That's why African, it doesn't come out.
The African.
All right, dude, wrap us up, Reg. You wanted to keep it tight, and now we're all over the place.
I did want to keep it tight. I said that from the beginning. Let's keep it tight. All right, hey man. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today.
Next week, right? We got guests next week.
We have
Come
to
on,
talk about
Reg.
it because there may be. I think we should be
I
good.
thought this was the week was no good. All right, well, let us know.
This week was no good. But she did say that she's available for the next week and the one after that. So, I think we're gonna be good as far as time wise. But we don't have to talk about this on the air. I always talk about that.
Close it
But
out, Reggie.
okay. So I think it's funny you have a shirt that says boycott Sal's, which is a shout out to Do the Right Thing. Yeah.
40 acres.
Spike Lee, 40 acres and a mule.
Defend Brooklyn.
Yeah. It's just your name is Sal.
And did you see that was so great? Those guys at trivia, they made boycott Sal's trivia shirts.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
wore them, and that was really cool, man.
That's funny.
That was really cool.
But you're Sal. I don't want to boycott you, bro. But
I
know it's not you.
It's silly. You never see my name on a shirt, so
Okay. And then you're gonna say boycott me. Hey, I'm Sal. Boycott Sal. So all right, hey,
cheese on there.
I'm gonna shut it down. Hey, yo, check it out. We're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep doing this. We love it. It's fun. And if you enjoy it, please like, subscribe, and share. Right? That's just what it is. It's a million of these things out here in the country, and I know you got a lot of choices. So for those of you who tune in and check us out, we really appreciate you. So with that being said, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And with that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele, and this is Spitballin. Peace.